Hi guys! So I know I told you that I would make videos of me in London, but I'm really sorry I haven't uploaded anything yet. I will get some videos up and some pictures up for you so you know what's going on here. Right now I am sick. I'm sick. I'm just having lots of fun. Anyway, so this is my night for Nuit Blanche. I went to Brussels with a girl called April, who I knew from Toronto, but she's doing an exchange to Lancaster. So she came down and visited me, and then we went to Brussels the next morning and we were there for one full night. For those who don't know what Nuit Blanche is, on October 3rd, 2009 I suppose, they had, it's an all-night art festival where you basically have installations in the streets, and it's so much fun and so epic, and because London didn't have one, we went to Brussels. So this is my trip to Brussels. So we got off the Eurostar at Brussels maybe, but then we realised we needed to get to Brussels Central, but there were no shuttles in between. Then we realised we didn't have a map, we didn't have a guidebook, and we didn't know how to take the tube, so we ended up just trying to figure out a way, and it's so complicated, the trains there. There's one platform for about 5 different trains, and we were so lost. And April and I were just like, oh my god, we're gonna die, we're gonna end up somewhere random. Anyway, we ended up going to Grand Place, which is in the centre somewhere. And then we were just walking around, and then suddenly this happened. And it was the most amazing thing. I think it was a bunch of school children who were playing the band, and they had like marching band and these big dolls right in front of Chocopolis, which is really famous for its Belgian chocolates. Well, I guess all of Belgium is famous for its chocolates. And then we went and grabbed waffles. Oh, these waffles were so good. Oh, they were so divine. And then we went and picked up lots of chocolate. I had so much chocolate, I think I never want to see chocolate again. Yeah, maybe that's a lie. It's a bit of a lie. And we got this most delicious ice cream chocolate as well. And we just sat there. It was about 6 o'clock, so nothing had really started. And then when we walked around, because we were trying to find all these art displays, and we walked around for a really long time. And then we got this really pretty, we finally found like where the action was all happening. Brussels is a lovely town. It's a city, I suppose. But it's really small, and a lot of people warned us that it was going to be really boring, but because of Nuit Blanche, it was so much fun, and it's beautiful, and the people are so nice, and we walked around for so long, and it's actually not a small city, it's really kind of big, but most of the action was happening for Nuit Blanche in a certain area, so we tended to hang around in those areas most of the time. But here are some gorgeous views of the city. Something called Brussel, the psychedelic area, and it was the weirdest place I've ever seen. They were making these drinks inside this room, and with syringes and chemical glasses and test tubes, but they were the most beautiful drinks I've ever seen. Just, I got the few shots, it was really hard to get. And there was a psychedelic video. And then they even had these women who were going around wearing like mini skirts and like barely nothing. They're going around with a plate full of syringes with I think jello shots in them, which they were squirting into people's mouths. It was so weird. And they had a plate with some powdered substance and some faux, and in the middle was like a bunch of straws. So it was like powder foam, and April and I were like, what's legal in Brussels? And then it turned out just to be sugar. So you lick your finger, lick up the salt, the sugar, and then suck the foam. But it was like the strangest thing I've ever seen. And it was really interesting. Then we went into something which was, the entrance was covered by this huge billowing. So then we were walking down the road and we suddenly saw this billowing cloud of steam or mist, and so we went to check it out, and then it turned out it was covering the entrance of the archaeological museum in Brussels, and it was actually the Coudenberg, which is the old palace the old palace foundations, and they had these people inside who were telling stories, all in French. I didn't understand. I could somewhat understand what they were talking about. But the most beautiful storytelling I've ever seen, and it was such a beautiful place. And then we ended up going to these crazy all-night raves, and these people were just all crammed into this gallery, and we were lining up to get in, and we were all like crowding and shoving to get in, and April was like, "Wow, the crowd's moving!" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And we were standing on the top of the stairs, and all you see are like, there was at least, I don't know, there was just thousands of people. It was like this floor of people, and you could just see them, like, the crowd swell and fall, and it was like the biggest club or rave I've ever been to. It was so incredible. And then we ended up at some at a park where there was another club going on, another rave, and we tried to catch a quick cat nap, but that didn't work so well. So by the end of the night, we were so exhausted, and we were actually kind of lonely because everyone spoke French really well. Well, it is Brussels, and we just expected to be more English-speaking people. I was kind of shocked about that. So we were just walking back to, I think, Grand Place, and suddenly I heard an English accent, and I like turned around. I was like, "Oh my god, you speak English!" And I like gave this guy a huge hug, and it turned out to be a group of Erasmus students, one of which was from Quebec. Yay! And he was really lovely, and we all went and got shawarmas. Apparently the English call them doner kebabs. Anyway, we got shawarmas at about 4 in the morning, and there was about, I guess, 8 or 9 of us. And the guy from Quebec was so cool, and I told him I played the ukulele, and he actually said he had an orange one. Anyway, so we met a whole bunch of people, and they all insisted that we speak French, so I tried my really shitty French on him. And they, at the end of the night, I wish we had stayed longer because they actually invited us back to their place for coffee, but we had a train to catch at 7. So it turned out that and it was raining and drizzly, and it was really gross at that time in the morning. Poor April, she was so exhausted. But we ended up on the tube again and finally caught our train and slept all the way back. But it was the most amazing time, and I'm so glad to meet people, and I love Brussels. Anyway, I shall see you guys soon. I will put up a video really soon about what London's like. I'm really sorry if being really bad. You've all been asking me about it. But yes, I shall have this up, and we shall keep in touch, and I love you lots, and I shall see you soon. Bye!